All right, so my little scythe. This is the Tabletopia version. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So with the setup, they've already got the setup laid out for you. The AI player doesn't get a player board like the regular player does. So we've got a move action, 2 possible seek actions, and 3 possible make actions. A lot like Scythe, you can't use the same action twice, but unlike Scythe, you don't place on the top and then choose whether you want to go on the bottom during the same turn or anything like that. And you can actually, you can choose either of the options that's available and play it, and on your next turn you can actually choose another option on the same card. You just can't choose the same option that you chose the last time. So with the move action, you can move either 1 space, or if you have any items with you, then, I'm sorry, you can move 2 spaces with no items, or if you have an item, then you can move 1 space. With the seek action, you roll the dice that are listed. So these dice over here, they have different colored things on them. So the red dice are for food, the blue dice are for jewels, and this last one is, I think they're called quests, which are these icons right here. So if you see, it's got each of them has 6 different colors on the die, and those colors determine where you'll place the item. So like if you rolled a yellow apple, then anywhere in this yellow area you would place 1 apple. If you rolled a red one, then anywhere here you'd place that. So here you have, it's either 2 red and 1 blue, or 2 blue and 1 red, basically. Over here in the make option, you can spend resources to get things. So you have extra pies, which go here, and these are used for fighting. If you're going to try and fight somebody to take some of their resources. You also get one of the 8 goals for the game is to win a fight, win a pie fight. So that you get you get to complete one of your goals just for doing that. Another make one is to grab another magic card. These magic cards give you extra pies whenever you're fighting. And the last one is for upgrades. So you can upgrade this one and you can upgrade this one, the move and the make. You cannot upgrade the seek. And once you've upgraded one of them, then you can't upgrade it again. So basically you get 2 possible upgrades over the course of the game. That is another one of your objectives here, is to have both of your upgrades done. Also having 3 magic cards at the same time. Having completed 2 quests, having a heart total of 8, having delivered 4 jewels, 4 apples, and having a total of 8 pies over here. You start out with 3. Oh yeah, the hearts. The hearts are your friendship level. So um, once your friendship level gets up here, and they have the little symbol here, kind of lets you know, hey, you just completed an objective if you got this far. I love how they have these. They're like meeples, which is interesting that they do that. So I'm playing the solo versus the Automa, but it has this one set up to be the AI player, and I guess I could choose any of these other players to play as if I want to. I'm just going to go ahead and play with the one that's down here at the bottom because that's just it's easier for me to keep track of. Anyway, so on the AI turn, there are cards in this deck. You flip them over and you execute what they have on them, and at the bottom of them they have a pie value, and basically that's the number of pies that this character is going to use. If you get in a fight with them, then after you've chosen your number of pies, you draw the card and then you compare it with the number of pies they've chosen. So, and then they have these 4 objectives as well. So they don't complete objectives though the normal way. They complete objectives by gaining a certain number of items. The default, I believe, is 5, but if you want to go easier, then you can increase the number of items they have to have. If you want to make it harder, then you decrease the number of items they have to have, which just means that they'll get their objectives more often. And the goal of this game is to gain 4 of these objectives before anyone else does, basically. To start the game, we're just going to kind of turn this for a little bit and then we'll flip it over. All right. Now, this has a little map on it, and wherever it says these are supposed to go for all active players, you place these items. Okay, so I'm going to place 2 blue jewels, one there, one here, and actually for him, he's going to get a blue jewel there, and then I get 1 apple, and he gets 2. Okay, and that's it. Then this gets removed from the board, and this is the castle where you make all your deliveries. These portals are all considered adjacent to each other, so you can move from one to the next with a single move action. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to take my pawn here and go to the move action because I'm on the start and there's not really much else that I could possibly do right now. So when you do the move action, you move both of your characters. I'm going to move that guy there, and I'll move this guy right here. And that's it for my turn. So I'll come up here to this guy's turn, and I will draw a card and flip it, place it down here. So this guy the AI gains 1 pie, and then he has all of these different possible move directions. So I'm going to go ahead and give him his pie, and then we will discuss what his possible move options are. So green and blue are who we're playing with. So this is me. Oh, it's down here. Okay. Their pie track level is at 0 because we're playing on very easy. And then it requires 6 items for them to collect before they gain an objective. Another thing with the setup, so with very easy, you increase the number of pies that they start with for more difficult levels. And they always start with 5 friendship instead of 3, which is what normal people start with. And this down here where it has the X over the trophies, that means if your friendship level ever goes below 3, then you are not able to gain any more trophies at all until your friendship level goes back up some. So we will go ahead, okay, and move on with the AI's turn, they gained 1 pi. And then the only 2 directions they can possibly take are D and C. These two. So the first thing you're supposed to look at is to see how many items they'll be able to pick up. If they go any of these directions, and the one with the most is the one that you choose. If there's a tie there, then you do, for the first character, you do in alphabetical order, and for the second character, you do in reverse alphabetical order. So you have to choose at the beginning which one you want to be their primary and which one their secondary. It makes sense to me to make the gold looking one the primary and the silver looking one secondary. So primary will go to C and secondary will go to D. And that is the end of their turn. So we'll come back down here to me, and I will go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Actually, I'm going to do an upgrade. I'm going to do an upgrade to my ability to move. And to do that, I will take the item here and the item here, spend those, and then the move one is the green one. So I will draw 3, and I will look at those and see which one I want. So all of these have the same move option, but then they give you some extra between portals with no movement cost. Transfer any number of resources between seekers after moves are resolved across any distance. Oh, that's really nice. Um, and gain 2 pies at the start of a pie fight. I really like this one because that means that I can move around, and any seeker can go to any type of resource, and then I can just transfer those resources. Okay, so these go on the bottom of the deck. So there you go. Now, that is it for my turn. So we come back over to this one, and we draw and flip. Actually, I don't have to flip because if I just add to this deck, it'll just flip it over for me. Okay, so they can move this way, which won't gain them any items. This way, which won't necessarily gain them any items. Or that way. And it says when they move, they take all of the items with them. So I'm going to go ahead and move this character 1, 2, 3 this way and bring his items with him. And then this guy will also go the same direction. 1, 2, 3. Because that allowed him to pick up an additional item. Now it comes back to my turn, and I am going to do a seek action. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. So what I'll do is roll 2 blue dice, 1 red die, and the yellow die. So roll, 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 and roll. So I did these 4. So white and red for the jewels. So I place a jewel anywhere I want to on the white, and a jewel anywhere I want to on red. I'll go ahead and place it where I am because that makes sense to me. And for the apple, it's this dark blue area here, I believe, because the brown area looks more brown than that. And then this last one is yellow. So I'll place a quest item right here, actually. So that's the end of my turn. And we'll go ahead and activate the AI. So he gains 1 pi and can move 1 space in any direction. So we give him 1 pi. Now, for neither of these, moving in any direction be helpful to them? So, and I know that they can't move in here normally. No one's actually allowed to move in here unless they have a delivery to make. I don't believe that these are actually even allowed to get these 2 objectives at all. So I believe they're never allowed to move in here. So anyway, the primary one will go to A, and A is this direction. And the other one will go to F, which is the highest letter here. So F, well, F would put him that direction, so we go to the next one down, which is E. All right, so this guy's moving a little close. I'm going to go ahead and move. Not actually because it's close, but because I want to move this guy over here, and he will now have 2 jewels and a quest. So I take this quest token and I put it back over here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a quest card. And I can't put it in my hand for whatever reason, so I'm going to have to zoom into it. All right, so I can either pay 2 apples and gain a magic spell and a friendship, trade one of my magic spells for a random magic spell from any other player, and lose a friendship, or gain a magic spell for visiting and return the quest card face down. So I can get this benefit that has no cost, but I don't move towards my objective of 2 quests completed. Or I can get this benefit, which will lose me a friendship, or I can get this benefit, which requires me to pay resources. I don't have 2 apples, so I can't actually do this top one. So the question is, do I want to lose a friendship, or do I want to, which actually losing a friendship will put me down here where I can't get any objectives right now, or do I want to just take a benefit and still not be any closer to completing any objectives? So what I am going to do is I'm going to lose a friendship. Trade magic spell with... Okay, so it says that when taking something from the AI that instead I should just take it from the deck. So the rules don't actually mention trading with them. So I'm going to assume that means that I can trade with him this way by just returning this to the deck. I do that and I lose a friendship. Pull that one down to 2. So I can't get any trophies anymore until I get my friendship back up 1 more space. But I moved that character. I think you're actually supposed to do all of your movements before you resolve any quests or anything, but I didn't do that time. So I'll move that guy 2 spaces that way, get him away from this guy here. And it is now the AI's turn again. Okay, so they will be doing a seek, a seek action, and then a move action. So for the seek action, they'll be placing they'll be placing items in the locations listed here. So blue item there. Okay, that white item is here. Or that apple goes there. And the other jewel goes here. And then finally the quest goes here. Right next to this guy. We'll see what happens. So they are moving one space in any direction. This guy will get a jewel for moving that way, so he will just go ahead and move that way. And this guy will get this quest item for moving that way, so he will move that way. Now they don't resolve quests, they just keep them as items. Basically, they're just like bandits, and they're just trying to take everything that they can from the board. And then they get their trophies for having stolen stuff. So this guy has 2, and this guy has 3. Once they have 6 combined total items, then they will take a quest. And they will start from this column and move that way in claiming those quests. It is now my turn as both of them have moved. And he took that quest, which stinks. Part of me just kind of wants to move away. I can't move though, so never mind that. I will instead go ahead and do a search, and we'll see if I can get my friendship level up pretty soon. So this guy has 1 red, and this guy has 1 or 2 blue, 2 jewels. All right, so the search that I'm doing this time is with 2 apples, a jewel, and a quest. So I'll go ahead and roll. All right, so the jewel goes on green. So I can give them the extra one, which will automatically get them their trophy. And then, but that will then also raise my friendship level by 1, which will allow me to go towards getting another trophy. Or I can put it somewhere else. I think I'm just going to go ahead and give it to him. So, raise my friendship level up. They get to place one of their trophies here, and we'll go ahead and select these items, and we'll get them off the board here. And then they also are going to, nope, didn't quite get them there. There we go. Get those items off the board. Okay. Oh yeah, and then this little quest. token that he has. And that's it. So now I have to place 2 apples, both on red, and another quest on yellow. So an apple here on red. This seems like a good place. And another apple here on red. So I can just come here and have 2 more apples. And then the quest that I'm going to place on yellow, I'm going to try to place in an area where I don't think he'll be able to get to it. But there's not anywhere he won't be able to get to. So this is kind of unfortunate. It seems like there's a pretty good chance that he is either going to be attacking me on the next turn or taking this quest from me. Not from me, but you know. Quests have to be placed in a completely empty spot. Whereas apples and jewels can be placed where there's someone, where there's other items. It doesn't really matter what's there. It just has to be in somewhere that's on that color. Sorry, actually a quest can be placed somewhere where there are resources, apples and jewels, but there can't be other quests or any players there. Okay, so it is now this turn. They get 2 apples and move 1 space in any direction. I mean, sorry, 2 pies and move 1 space in any direction. Primary one can't gain anything, so I will move to there. And this one will move here because this is where it will get the most benefit if he can steal my 2 jewels. Okay, so in this fight, this next card I will draw after I've chosen what I'm going to do. And that one will tell how many pies they're going to use up to the amount that they have, which is 4, and whether or not they're going to draw any magic spell cards and how many of those they'll draw. So currently I have a magic spell card that has 4. So I'm going to use that. And okay, that's what this is. This die is for. Okay, normally there's in the physical game, I believe there's supposed to be a wheel that you spin to choose your number of pies that you're going to use. But here we have a little 8-sided die. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to use what I got. And then we'll see what he's going to do. So 7, which he doesn't have. He only has 4. But then he's going to draw 2 of these cards. Yeah, so I'm pretty much screwed. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's throwing 8 pies at me. I am definitely done for here. Alright, so what happens is I will take this guy and move him back to my home base, and I can choose to either grab another magic spell or grab 2 pies. I think I will grab a magic spell, which is worth 2 pies. Oh, there you go. Okay, and then, oh yeah, he also spent all of his pies, so we're both at 0 right now. So if we had tied, he would have actually won because ties go to the attacker. So that is the end of his turn. So now it is my turn again. I actually remove this pawn here, and I can do whatever action I want to next. Of course, I am probably going to just go ahead and move. I'm not going to attack him because my magic card is kind of low, and he'll most likely draw a magic card, and it won't be any lower than the one. But it could be the same. I mean, so there's still a possibility I could beat him if I fought him, but I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and you know what? I think I won't move. And instead, no, I was thinking about making some pies, but I don't actually have the ability to do that or an upgrade. The only option that I have at this point would be to search for more resources or to move. You know what? I think I'll search for more resources. That sounds like a better idea. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing I did last turn. So, oh, push the wrong one. Roll them. Roll them. Okay, so I put a jewel on red. Any red? Any red? This red is good because he's not going to be going there. And that's 2 spaces away from this guy. So, and then an apple on. That's the blue. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's red. Okay, so this is the brown one. Apple on brown, apple on blue. I'm gonna put that apple on my character because why not? And then the quest goes on blue as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this quest token right next to this character. Okay. And now it is the AI's turn. So they will be placing some more jewels and an apple and a quest token as well. Okay, so they don't mention what happens if a quest token is supposed to be placed where there's already one from them. I'm going to assume, though, based on the other rules, that should mean that there's just no quest token placed. So these jewels go on the edge, and the apple goes in the middle. Jewel, jewel, apple goes here. Now they'll move 1 space in any direction. This guy will move this way, and this guy will take his spoils and move that way. Not necessarily happy with that because that's the direction I was wanting to move so I can grab that one. But that is what we have. Now on my turn, I was thinking about making some apple pie so I can get 2 more pies and then run out there and fight that guy. Take the jewels from him. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm pretty upset. This guy took 2 of my jewels and continues to take my opportunities to get more jewels. So I'm going to spin these 2 apples, and I'm going to get 2 pies. Hopefully on his next turn he doesn't get 2 pies, because then that kind of makes it a little pointless. Oh, and he didn't. Okay, good. So now it's up or down to the left or to the right. So this guy can't gain anything from any of these directions. So he'll go 1, 2, 3 because it's the lowest letter. And this guy will go this direction because that'll get him the most. But he goes 3. 1, 2, 3. And that gets them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, which means that all of the stuff they've collected gets taken off the board. And they get another trophy. Now there's no point in trying to fight them because all their items are gone. So not something I expected to happen. But what are you gonna do? Alright, so I still don't have any objectives completed. You know what? This is my character. That's his character. I grabbed the wrong one. But that's fine. I'm gonna take this guy and move him 1, 2 spaces over to this quest. And then this guy, just the 1 space over to this group of apples here. So take this quest, put it back over there, pull this one, flip it, and I'm absolutely going to do this because I don't have any trophies yet, and they've already got 2. Pay 2 pies and gain 2 friendship. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, I'm not going to be doing any fighting right now, so 2 pies, 2 friendship. Boom. Now I've completed 2 quests, so I get the 2 quests trophy. So let me make sure I can still see this 8 friendship trophy and the 4 jewels delivered trophy. Okay, so that's it for my turn. Now on to the automa. So up, down, to the left, and right directly. So for this guy, this way, we'll get him 1 jewel. And for this one, this is one of his options. So there you go. And it gets him 2 jewels. And that's the only one of those directions that gets him anything. So that's it. Now I am going to, I'm still in a good place where I know that they're not gonna like come after me. So I'm going to do another search, try to get some more apples because I got 2 apples already. So a red jewel, yellow and blue apples, and a red quest. I'll put that one on me there because after I do move action, I can transfer these items between my characters. And there is an apple that they won't be able to get in 1 turn. So, and a red quest. I'm going to go ahead and put that here. Let's see what happens. Okay. So now they are placing jewel in the corner, same line, but next to the center, a red directly below it. Let's see if we can figure this out without having to zoom back in again. There's a jewel there, and a jewel there. There's an apple there, and a quest token in that spot in the middle of the brown. Okay. And now they're each going to move one space. So we start here and move clockwise. And for this guy, he can't get anything from any of the directions, so he's going to go ahead and move this way. All right, so I'm going to move for my turn. Absolutely. So I'll take that guy and I will move this guy over here and then move this guy up here where he will do another quest. I now no longer really have to complete the quests, so I'll just see what the rewards are and see if it's worth it. I don't. What's my friendship level? It's at 5. 2 friendship would be a really nice thing to have, so I can get closer to 8. Move all apples and gems from any space to an adjacent space. Or gain a friendship for visiting. Return this quest face down to the bottom of the quest track. Quest deck, sorry. I'm going to do that. I'm going to gain 1 friendship for visiting. So I'm up at 6. And I'm going to pass some resources around here with my supply catapult. So seekers, yeah. Transfer any number of resources between your seekers across any distance after a move action. So one thing also to remember is if you have apples and jewels, you can only bring in here what you're going to be delivering. So whichever one you choose to deliver at that time, you can bring in there. You can also only gain 1 trophy per round. So even if you had 2, both of yours were ready to deliver, and you could get them both in there in the same turn, you then actually have to choose which one you wanted to fulfill on that round, and you wouldn't be able to actually get the trophy for the other because you would have already delivered the goods and they would be gone. So, all right, so it is the AI's turn, and more seeking. The top green one and the top blue one get apples. That same one I gave that quest to earlier gets a jewel. So that one, that one, that one. And then the quest one is supposed to go where my character is standing, so not going to do anything there. Now they'll move one space in any direction again. This guy can't gain anything, so we start here and move alphabetically. And this guy can gain something, but we're moving counterclockwise to figure out which direction he will go, which is this way. And he now has 3 items, and this one has 2. So one more item before they are once again getting another trophy. So I want all of these to stay here. I can't move again. I've only got 1 jewel, so the only real option I have is to seek again. I'm still in a safe place where I don't think I have to fear being attacked at all, so I'm going to go ahead and roll. So green and blue for the jewels. And I rolled red for the apple. And the quest is on green as well. Oh, I don't know why I grabbed an apple. So I'll go ahead and put that right there. Now it is the AI turn. Some more resources they'll be putting out. So the middle blue space, castle brown space, corner red space. And then that quest is in, is that the middle green space? Yes. Okay, and then they will move 1 space in any direction. Start here and go clockwise because they can't, that one can't gain anything. And this one can gain a single jewel moving that way. So that is what will be done. Okay, so 4 items. I have 6 items. So at the beginning of the next turn, they will be gaining a 3rd trophy. Okay, so I am going to, man, a move action only lets you move 1 space when carrying things. So I won't actually be able to get my delivery finished this turn. But I will do the move because I definitely don't want that character attacking me this turn. So I'll move 1 space closer to the castle and move 1 space over here where I will complete another quest. And flip it and let's take a look. So I can pay 2 gems to gain 2 friendship. I definitely have 2 gems, and 2 friendship will get me a trophy. So I am almost certainly going to do that. Move a gem, gain a gem. Yeah. I don't even need to look at much else. So 1, 2. And that gets me the trophy for 8 friendship. And then I will just spend these 2 gems. Okay, and that's it. Now it's the Automa's turn. And they will gain 1 pie. It's been a while since they gained a pie. And then moving. This is the only direction this one can't move. Oh, first, I'm sorry. They don't do this. They gain a trophy for all these resources, and then we just discard all the resources. So, and then they don't do anything. So they'll go ahead and take that trophy. Now they're 1 trophy away from winning. I'm 2 trophies away from winning, but I'm 1 space away from getting this trophy. I could work on trying to get some more magic cards. I'm really far away from the pie, the pie trophy, and fighting them is not necessarily something I want to do right now either. So I think I will attempt to focus on the magic cards. Of course, I have to get the necessary resources to be able to do that. So, oh, I did that wrong. Roll it, roll it. Roll this one and that one. All right, so a yellow and blue for the gems. That one is fine. I'm going to go ahead and put this here because maybe I will be able to fight him and take it from him. Of course, if I fight him and win, then I won't actually need it. So, but no matter what I do, how about I put it here? So maybe he'll go this way instead of that way, which would be nice. And so for my apple, it is blue as well. And the quest is also blue. It's insane. Okay, so I'll put it right there. Okay, so this guy gain 1 pie and move in any direction except the one that this guy really, really wants to move. I don't know why I selected all that. There was only one thing to select. And then this one can't move this way. This is A, so they start here and move counterclockwise. So that will put them here. Actually, we have A or D, whichever one's the highest is where he goes. So D. So that's it for their turn. And I will do another move action, which will get me in here with all but 1, actually, of the resources that I had. Put those apples back. Give myself a trophy for delivering apples to the castle. Okay, and this guy's actually going to move this way. Because who knows, this quest could give me something really useful. Like some pies or something, I don't know. Place 2 gems on a space occupied by another player. Gain 2 friendship and 1 pie. No. Gain 2 gems and lose a friendship. That sounds good to me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lose a friendship because I don't need to retain the 8 friendship. And then I am going to gain 2 gems. So we'll go ahead and place these 2 gems on this guy. And I need to grab this quest, put it back over here. So I am getting close to something. Okay. Yeah, and that's it for my turn. We are definitely getting down towards the end of this game, so they will only move. He can move this way, and therefore he will. And this one can also move this way, and therefore also will. Oh, wait, but it's 2 spaces this way. Well, crap. That puts them at 7. Which means I'm gonna be losing this game, but just barely. Just barely. So, yeah, on my turn, I can't even move, but I can sell. I can make a magic card. Oh, make a magic card. Take these 2 jewels, move them over here. Oh, got a little confused. And then now I have 2 magic cards. But now it is their turn and they have 7. Oh yeah, so you take resources from the primary one first. Oh, didn't know I did that. Primary one first. They have 4. Okay, and then we take 2 more. You start with the quest tokens, and then the apple tokens, and then he gets to keep his jewel token. But doesn't necessarily matter because, boom, they have laid 4 trophies. I have only laid 3 trophies, and I have lost my first solo game of my little Scythe. Anyway, that is it, my little Scythe. It's really nice. I really like the visual style to this quite a bit. Um, I actually enjoy the game quite a bit. It's also available on the iPad version of the Tabletopia app. And it's kind of fun to play there. It's different when you play the solo one on there. I don't think they have all of the characters laid out. Um, I'll have to look again though, as I don't necessarily remember any of that. But this is all really nice. These minis are really cool. I'm really excited about getting this and playing it with my family. I am sure that my daughter will absolutely love this, and my wife as well, because she loves Scythe. It's very different than Scythe though, because Scythe has a heavy focus on that engine building aspect. Man, if I had just had an apple available to me, I didn't plan ahead right, then I could have actually just gotten another upgrade, which would have um, given me that trophy just before they got their trophy. If I just passed this apple along to the other character, I thought of that as well. Um, anyway, sorry. Uh, yeah, so Scythe focuses very heavily on the worker placement. I mean the engine building and you have a little more of like an army and you're building a village and that kind of thing. And this is really pick up and deliver, but using the Scythe sort of control method for a pick up and deliver, I think, is a really interesting, innovative way to handle it. I really enjoyed it. The autumn the AI thing is pretty straightforward and understandable. I didn't even make it all the way through the deck, which I think is pretty cool because it's kind of annoying whenever you got like five cards in here and that's it, and you're just constantly shuffling through them. It's not a very long game though, so um, yeah, it's really nice. I think this game comes out in August. I am definitely going to go pre-order it now that I've played it. Hope you enjoyed it.